In the sun-scorched heart of the South American savanna, a silent, monolithic structure pierces the horizon. It is a fortress, an architectural colossus sculpted from earth, saliva, and sheer collective will. This is the termite mound, a citadel whose walls, baked to the consistency of concrete, stand as a formidable testament to the ingenuity of its millions of inhabitants. For most of the savanna's denizens, its hardened ramparts are utterly impenetrable. A tantalizing but untouchable reservoir of life held securely within, the mound is more than a nest. It is an ecosystem unto itself, self-regulating city-state that has stood defiant against the siege of time and the ambitions of would-be predators. But in this ancient land of evolutionary marvels, every fortress eventually meets its challenger. Here, that challenger arrives not with a roar, but with a silent, deliberate gait. The giant anteater. It is a creature of seeming contradictions, a relic from a bygone era, yet a masterpiece of biological engineering. Its form is an amalgam of bizarre features, a long, tubular snout that appears almost comical, a plume-like tail that flows like a banner, and a shuffling, pigeon-toed walk. Yet, to dismiss this creature as merely peculiar is to fundamentally misunderstand its purpose. This is a living siege engine, a specialist predator whose every fiber and sinew has been honed over millions of years for a single, specialized task: to breach the unbreachable.
At the vanguard of this biological juggernaut are its most formidable weapons, the foreclaws.
They are not merely claws, but 4-inch daggers of keratin, scythe-like and immensely powerful, capable of exerting a force that can shatter the termites' sun-baked fortifications. When the anteater walks, it curls these formidable instruments inward, protecting their razor-sharp tips by walking on its knuckles, a gait that preserves the very tools of its trade. These are not weapons of brute, indiscriminate force. They are precision instruments, analogous to a master locksmith's picks, designed to exploit the faintest structural weakness. The anteater approaches the mound with a quiet confidence, its movements measured, its intentions clear. The air is thick with the hum of the colony within, a symphony of a million tiny lives, entirely oblivious to the impending assault. The anteater's head, an elongated and delicate-looking instrument, is, in fact, a highly specialized tool of infiltration. Its jaw is fused shut, its mouth reduced to a tiny pencil-width aperture at the tip of its snout. From this opening emerges its most extraordinary feature, a tongue that is a marvel of biomechanics. Extending up to 2 feet in length, it is anchored not in the mouth, but to the sternum, deep within the animal's chest cavity. This muscular hydrostat, coated in a viscous, sticky saliva, can be deployed with breathtaking speed. It moves with a staccato rhythm, flicking in and out of the breach an astonishing 150 times per minute. Each retraction is a harvest, drawing back hundreds of termites clinging helplessly to its adhesive surface. This tongue is not just a tool, it is a hyper-efficient conveyor belt, delivering a constant stream of protein directly into the anteater's gullet. The assault is a masterclass in tactical precision, a calculated breach rather than a chaotic demolition. The anteater does not aim for the mound's central chambers or its heavily guarded royal core. Such a move would be met with the formidable defense of the soldier termites. These specialized defenders, equipped with powerful mandibles and chemical sprays, are the colony's Praetorian Guard. A direct confrontation would be costly and inefficient. Instead, the anteater targets the peripheral galleries and foraging tunnels just beneath the surface. With a few powerful surgical swipes of its claws, it carves a small, precise opening just large enough to insert its slender snout. This strategy is a quiet infiltration, bypassing the fortress's main defenses to strike at its most vulnerable and populous supply lines. This entire operation is guided by an extraordinary sense of smell, reputed to be 40 times more powerful than a human's. As the anteater circles the mound, its snout sweeping low across the baked earth, it is not merely searching, it is mapping, is constructing a 3-dimensional schematic of the subterranean labyrinth, pinpointing the areas of highest termite density. This olfactory reconnaissance allows it to identify the most promising points of entry, the arterial tunnels teeming with worker termites. It can discern the subtle chemical signatures that betray the colony's busiest thoroughfares, all from the outside. The breach is not a guess. It is the culmination of a sophisticated sensory investigation, an act of calculated geological and biological espionage. Yet perhaps the most remarkable aspect of this interaction is what the anteater does not do. After a minute or two of furious feeding, it withdraws. It does not linger to gorge itself, nor does it tear the mound asunder in a destructive frenzy. The animal has taken its fill, but it has left the colony fundamentally intact. The queen remains safe in her deep, central chamber. The soldier termites have been largely avoided, and the core structure of the mound is preserved. The anteater will move on, leaving the colony to repair the minor damage and replenish its numbers. This is not an act of mercy, but a profound display of sustainable practice. An instinctual understanding that to destroy the source would be to destroy its own future. The anteater is not a conqueror, it is a farmer, harvesting its crop in a way that ensures a future yield. It will return in days or weeks, but only once the colony has had time to recover. Here, on the ancient savanna, the contest between the master builder and the master breacher plays out not as a battle to the death, but as a perfectly calibrated dance of survival. The termite mound, an icon of collective security, and the giant anteater, a paragon of specialized predation, are two sides of the same evolutionary coin. One drives the other to greater feats of defense, while the other evolves ever more sophisticated means of attack. It is a timeless, dynamic equilibrium, an arms race that has no victor, only a delicate and enduring balance. In this eternal siege, nature reveals its ultimate wisdom, that the most successful strategies are not those of total annihilation, but of sustainable coexistence, ensuring that the grand, intricate web of life endures.